Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to do a little post about just upgrading the steering wheel. So I've looked at the option to upgrade the actual steering wheel, but I'll probably do that eventually for sure. I do want to upgrade the steering wheel probably to like Alcantara, leather and carbon fiber, but I'll probably do that next year. For now, I'm going to try this out. I think this accent will give it a good, change to, keep me satisfied for until I get the steering wheel, but I will be changing the paddles. As you can see, carbon fiber paddles, and obviously that trim that covers basically the whole, silver part, and then obviously it's got like the leathery part right here. But yeah, this should look pretty cool. It shouldn't be too bad of an install, maybe like 20-30 minutes tops. We do have to take the steering wheel off, airbag off. So first step is clean your trunk or whatever, and then pull your trunk out because you're gonna have to take the battery out. So so first step is taking this thing off, putting it wherever. But yeah, we're gonna have to be taking the battery, unplug the power so that way the airbag doesn't get off. So let me do that here real quick. Alrighty, so all you gotta do is unplug the battery. It's just 10 millimeters on both sides. Alright, just like that, and then you can put like a long towel or whatever, and then cover up the, obviously, where it connects to, like that, so it doesn't try to connect again. And then you can put something right here so like the trunk doesn't close by accident or whatever. But yeah, it's just 10 millimeters. And then also for peace of mind, don't forget about the front battery. Unplug that too. That's a 13 millimeter, just so then that you don't have to worry about any connections. Then the car should be fully off after that. And then that way, you just play it safe. You don't want the airbag blowing up on you. But yeah, same thing, put like a towel or something in the front. But yeah, unplug the rear, plug the front, just to be safe. And you can start poking in the steering wheel. Alright, I'm giving it like 5 minutes. When I unplug the battery, waiting like 5 minutes for the car to, you should be fine, but sometimes it's good waiting a little bit to let the car like fully die, I guess, or whatever. While I'm waiting for the car to die though, I'm gonna show you real quick. So these, I guess, is not supposed to come out or not meant to come out. I'll show you. There's an indicator that will tell you. See that line? You can probably see it. So literally that line is basically telling you where to make the hole. So you should be able to make the hole with anything sharp, flathead. It's just leather. You're just cutting through the leather. You'll be doing that on both sides. So that line right there, basically cut a hole. Don't be scared. It is what it is. That's the only way to do it. So if you don't want to cut a hole, then just don't go ahead and don't buy it, I guess. But you'll be cutting a hole even if you do the whole steering wheel. You have to do this no matter what. Keep in mind, you'll never see that ever while driving, so who cares. But yeah, go ahead and cut a hole. Let me do that real quick, and then I'll show you guys how it goes. Alright, so you do have to stick in whatever you have. If you have like a T, that'd be better, like this, like a T15 or whatever, a small one. But you're gonna want to stick it in there and just move it around. Just play with it. You'll find it eventually. It's gonna be like a stiff like spring that you have to push in, and then once you push it in hard enough, you'll just notice it's popping out. So just poke your screwdriver, whatever, in there, and kind of just have fun until you find it. But I'll kind of show you how it'll look like. But let me take off this wiring real quick. So the best way to take off this sensor right here is gonna be, there's gonna be like a hole on the top. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll put a pick tool in there and then push down and then pull it, and that'll pretty much come off. So if you have one of these pick tools, that'd be perfect. This one's gonna be kind of similar, if you can. Let's see, I'm gonna play around with this real quick. This one is not the same, like there's no like hole. You'll just go and push down if you can with your finger or not, just over this lip, right over this lip. Try to push and then pull, and it'll basically come off. I didn't even push it that hard with the pick tool, but yep, that came off right away. So basically, you see this like lip right here? when it's in there, you know, all you see is a lip. It's covered by a lip, so you're gonna push kind of inside a little bit. Yeah, just be careful. Kind of push it a little bit and then pull, but it came out pretty easily. So these two cables are out. All cables are out now. So now we'll obviously take off the big bolt. Try to get the steering wheel, before you even start, try to get the steering wheel as straight as possible, just so it can be easier when you put it back. It is going to be a 60mm, so obviously get a 60mm. I am using a gun, so if you have a gun, you know, just be very careful. Try not to do it really fast. You should be fine. But yeah, take off that 60mm bolt. Don't go too crazy, just go little by little. So actually I'm gonna put the phone down, or I'm gonna try to put the phone somewhere. You wanna hold the steering wheel while taking it off. If you're gonna do it with like a breaker bar, which I do have, maybe you probably need a better one than this though. Hold the steering wheel so you're not moving it a lot. But obviously if you have a, you know, a gun, obviously that's gonna help the most. Be very careful, take your time. You don't wanna strip that. It's gonna suck if you strip it. I wanna hold it, and I'm gonna just slowly, little by little. So it might be easier if you have a gun, to be honest, because it is pretty, yeah, they put like, you know, that one glue. So if you have a gun, try to use a gun. If you don't, you know, you can use a breaker bar and just try your very best. Obviously once you take that bolt off, 60mm, you pull it. So yeah, as you can see there, it has like that paste or whatever it's called, that glue. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. And be careful moving this. Don't move it. Try not to. And then try not to move the sensor. Just try to keep this as it is. Alright, so what I want to do now is you got to move these blue tabs out of the way. So just pull them out. It'll be fine. And you got to get a T20. If you have like the screwdriver kind T20, that would be perfect. So if you have these, that will work better. I have, you know, this connection, and I just put a extension. It's not hard at all. You can do it with your finger. You can literally just start taking it off with your finger, so it shouldn't be hard at all. And then just do the other side. You'll see it right there in the corner. This one's a little bit harder, but you can see I was still able to unscrew it with my hand. So yeah, go ahead and unscrew that, and that will take off the paddle shifters. Basically, you have a little bit of room to play with. You don't have to unplug the whole thing, because we're just gonna replace, well, if you get the kit I got, you're just replacing, you know, the silver one. So what you'll do is, I think there's a, let me play around with it real quick, but I think it's like this circle you gotta like push out. Let me play around with it real quick, give me one sec. The whole thing kind of just not broke on me, but just came off. So you're basically, yeah, try not to lose any of this. It's gonna come off, so you're gonna be pushing this tab thing off. So you'll see it's gonna go through here, through there, and you're gonna push it out. So let me try this side real quick. Don't lose any of the parts. What you'll do is you're gonna see like this push tab, the circle thing that's sticking out. So do the one that's sticking out. You're gonna push it with something very sharp, very easy. Something's gonna pop out from the bottom. So you see that's gonna come out. You pull that basically, and really everything else comes out. Just be very careful, because parts are gonna be start to kind of fly. Kind of shake it around a little bit. There's like a spring attached to it. That's why it's not coming out, but it'll come out. Just like that. So just be careful. Yeah, so be careful, don't lose this spring or anything. Then what we'll do is obviously make sure you line it up with the right one. Essentially, we should just be able to line it up very easily. Just be careful. Make sure it's lined up. Everything's good. All right, cool. So I just figured something out. It's only gonna go in one way, the same way it came out. So I was trying to put it in this way. It wouldn't go in. It would get stuck. Obviously, because it's not meant to, the stick is not meant to go through that way. So try the other side, whichever side. You know, if it's not going in all the way, it's because it's not meant to. But I put it in the right way. It went straight in. It clicks. Everything looks good. I'll leave it like that for now. Do the other side real quick. So this one came off more. This piece came out. So I gotta figure out where this goes. I think it just goes right here. Like that. Oh yeah, that's like the button. And I think it should be able to go both ways. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. Let me see. Should be fine. I don't think it matters which way. But let's see. Put that spring back. Because it fell. Start on one end. And then line everything up. If it doesn't go in all the way, it might be the wrong side. I put it in the right side. That's why it's going in pretty easily. Pop it in there. That's it. I just pushed it a little bit with the pick tool just so it can be kind of flush, but it clicks, so that's a good sign. If it clicks, it's a good sign. All right, so now I'm gonna work on getting this trim off. You're gonna just be taking out more screws. So start taking off the two from the top, and then there's gonna be two in the back right here, right there. So you're gonna be taking those off real quick. So let me go ahead, take that off. For the paddle shifters. Essentially, after that, it should already be kind of coming off. Just like that. There might be a couple more things, like wires and stuff. Maybe, I think, a couple more screws. But you can kind of see. There's one up here. So there's two more. Somewhere, let me see. So yeah, there's a wire in here. You gotta take that off. That was pretty easy. I just pushed that tab and it came off. Alright, I don't know why that was so hard, because it looks like it was just a clip, but just be careful, because for some reason it was just hard. But a little bit of pressure and pull it out, and then take this wiring right here off. Let's see. So I pushed this, so there's like this little tab right here. I pushed in, and then it came off from there. So that's off now. Okay. So yeah, this tab was just being I think it broke a little bit, but I mean, I guess it's not a big deal unless you're gonna reuse this. I'm not gonna reuse it, I don't think, so it is what it is. But now we have that off, so now we can, you know, put this on. Obviously, oh, we had to okay, so it looks like you gotta transfer the button. So I gotta figure out how to take this button off. It should just come off. I see 2 screws there. Okay, so there might be 2 little screws here you gotta take off to take off this sensor. So let me work on that. So obviously, since we gotta also transfer the buttons, you have to remove basically all these little tiny T's. So you're gonna take out the 3 in the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So once you take out the 3 outside, so make sure it's the 3 ones at the in the bottom. So 1, 2, 3. Don't touch these 3. I don't know why I did that, but it's whatever. Let's put this back. So obviously you can tell, kind of remember how you have to wire it. So you have to obviously take out that sensor, because it's all aligned basically. So remember the pattern. So it goes down here, does like a weird little U shape, and then yeah, whatever. But yeah, it does come through here. Just so you don't lose bolts or anything, just go ahead and I guess just transfer it now. I don't think it should matter. Obviously it should line up perfectly. Oops, it should line up perfectly just like that. Shouldn't have any issues. So as you can tell, this one's not going to be that perfect, so it doesn't have that tab. These tabs or whatever shouldn't be a big deal. Obviously it's going to be flat when you put it in, so just try to do your best on running the wires where you can. But basically it's going to look like that. So yeah, not bad. Everything's still functional. Let's go ahead and tie in the other side. No issues at all. Don't forget, still gotta transfer. Well, I have this part obviously, depending which you order. If you have this, obviously, if you don't have it, you're done. But I have it, so it should just be these 2 tabs or these 2 screws. Should come off. Yeah, just like that. Cool. So not that bad at all. Go ahead and line it up. So you have to put in this first, no matter what. Go ahead and plug everything in. Boom. Plug this side one in. There's only one sensor on the side over here. Plug that back in on the left side. Okay, there was no sensor on the right side for whatever reason. It's fine. All right, so got everything plugged in. Just line up the tabs again. Everything should line up basically. Yeah, I mean everything went in pretty easily, so I don't see any issues. everything works. I think we're good. Yeah, it's pretty flush, so should be fine. Now you have to put those screws in the back. They're the black ones. So put the back already. Nice and snug, ready. You can line up the pouch zippers, because you should be able to just screw it back. Hold the paddle shifter in place, put the screw in there. Should be able to easily find. You should just start screwing in. Shouldn't be hard at all. Other side, one hand, line it up like that. I'm holding it, and then I'm putting the screw in from this side. Last thing would be the top screws on the top, and after that, then you should be all set. I think that's a T15 or something. That's a good T15. Alright, that's all good. Alrighty, I screwed in both, not too tight. I mean, I just hand tighten it. Yeah, I just hand tighten it, should be enough. I mean, it's gonna stop you anyways. It doesn't let me do it anymore unless I go ahead and do it with like a wrench or whatever, but there's no point of over tightening it. These blue tabs back to where they're supposed to be, kind of just tucked in the back, just like that. And then this one tucks in a little bit differently, but it goes in just like that. Everything should be tucked. That should be fine. All right, cool. So keep in mind, you might be able to do all this with the steering wheel on the car. If you don't feel comfortable taking out that bolt, or you don't have the right tools, don't. You know, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit more of a, I guess, a hassle to do it with on the car, because you're gonna have to, you can't, you know, turn it around and get in back there. You're just gonna, I mean, well, it's up to you. For me, it was easier to take the steering wheel out. I have the right tools to take off that bolt. Obviously, every person's situation is different. So just see, depending what tools you have, just see what makes sense for you. You can do everything I did without taking the steering wheel off. You know, maybe it would have been easier with keeping the steering wheel on. I don't know. For me, I just want to be able to, you know, look at everything just to make it easier for me. And I guess also for the video, it helps you guys a little bit more, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you want to take the steering wheel off, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. But end result should look like this. So I'll meet you guys back in the car. It's kind of dark now. Kind of took a little long. What do now is just put the steering wheel back. Bolt back. Be very, very, very careful. Don't over torque it, especially if you're using this big gun or whatever. Just be very careful. If you want to, you can start ratcheting it first, just to play it safe. You can just hand tighten it as hard as you can. It's not going anywhere. Obviously, you can get the gun again and torque it, but just be very, very careful, because this thing is strong. Honestly, I'm comfortable with that. It is up to you. Like, I guess I've done stuff enough to know, like, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal. What I just did, kind of just doing with my hand and giving a little bit of, you know, an extra oomph with that gun. I'm comfortable enough leaving it like that. I know there's people out there that need to do the right specifications, need to have like the right, you know, torque, torque pounds. I mean, listen, obviously you can do, I mean, I'll try to look it up real quick. If I can find it, I'll just put it in the description. If not, then just hand tighten it, do it with the gun. Don't go crazy though, and honestly, you'll be all right. It's not gonna fly off or anything like that. Like, trust me, you'll be okay. And if it does, I'll make a video and I'll show you. So now it's time to put this airbag back on. Obviously, put the cable like the connection in. Yeah, just put that airbag cable back in. Try to push it as much as you can. It should be like, I didn't hear it click, but I pushed it enough, and then like I'm pulling it, it's not coming out, so that should be enough. And then obviously carefully put the airbag on, kind of push it in. You're gonna hear like a click. Just be careful. Wiggle it around a little bit, not too crazy, but boom, just like that. I didn't put too much pressure. I kind of wiggled it until I felt it go in. Kind of got dirty a little bit, but yeah. But it's working. Obviously it's not making a sound because the car has no battery, but let's see, all the buttons work, like they're making that clicking sound. Obviously this works. Paddle shifters are good. Yep. And just like that, this is all you have to do to basically turn your car into M3. So now I have an M3 now. Basically this is M3, not M340. It's a M3 right here. So yeah, I mean officially now it's an M3 just by doing this mod. So this is all you have to do. So I honestly recommend it. For a couple $100, it's worth it. But nah, for real, like I like it a lot. Like I obviously do want a steering wheel eventually, like, you know, Alcantara, whatever, leather, carbon fiber, obviously handles or whatever, but probably like a little flat right here. But I like the steering wheel already, obviously, because it's full leather. It's got like the leather airbag. I like the steering wheel. Obviously I just didn't like the middle piece. It looked too, you know, old or whatever. This obviously changes the look completely. Paddles look awesome. The carbon fiber just sticks out very nice. It's honestly beautiful. I'm glad I did it. I won't lie, I had this sitting in the garage for maybe 2 months now. I've just been very lazy. I guess I also got a little scared about doing it, which I don't know why, because on my Accord I literally changed the steering wheel twice on my Accord and I never had issues. I just thought because it was a BMW, it's really not that bad. I mean, I'm not gonna compare it to Accord though. Obviously different cars. Accord was a little bit easy. This was not that bad at all. Pretty simple. And it changes the look completely. So yeah, if you have any questions, you know, hit me up on Instagram too. I'm gonna try my best to edit this video and I try my best to do a step-by-step. You know, there's multiple videos out there though. Mine might not be the best install video. There's a lot of people out there that, you know, do a great job with install videos. I'm just kind of just showing you my build, you know, my journey. Like I said before, I'm just gonna post everything I do to the car. You know, if it's an install video or not, you know, I'm just kind of showing you. I'm just like a, you know, normal kid. Well, I'm not a kid, I'm 23. I'm just a normal guy. You know, obviously have some tools. These tools I've bought throughout the couple years. Like when I do work to the car, I'm like, oh shoot, I need this tool. I go and buy it. I finish the job. Now I have that tool for the future. And that's how I, you know, eventually had all these tools lined up. And I still don't have all the tools that mechanics would have still, but I have enough to do certain jobs. So just take it easy, take it day by day. You know, when you're doing a job, just see what tools you need and then order it and then finish that job. Now you have those tools for the future that you might need. That's the only thing I can recommend when you want to start doing mods, is just little by little buying tools. You don't have to buy a whole set of tools, you know, waste $1,000 to buy a whole set. You know, just go little by little and you'll get to where you want to be. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I got other videos coming. I gotta do the charge pipe still. I gotta finish my rotor and brake pad video. I'll try to post that soon as well. And a couple other things I have to do. But yeah, just keep you guys posted. Go ahead and please, you know, like the video. I really appreciate that. It shows me you guys are interested in the build. And go ahead and subscribe as well. That also helps me out. just by showing me that you guys want to see more, and I really appreciate it, so I appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you guys next time.